Ellen's most memorable interview moments revealed. Ellen's run as host will be ending this year in terms of daytime TV, and many would agree that this is, well, a good thing. Ellen has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way over the last few years when her true nature was exposed. And when they look back at the interviews that she had with certain celebrity guests in the past, a few very memorable moments were revealed, both for better and for worse. Allow us to show you some of them. Number 10, Kanye West. Yeah, okay, we'll keep this brief as Kanye definitely did not. Kanye came onto Ellen's show and she asked him about his social media rants, which led to Kanye doing a rant so long that even Ellen had to look at the camera and shrug in a way that admitted she had no control over what was going on. A pretty big theme when it comes to Kanye. Number 9, Michelle Obama. Getting an interview with a president, current or former, or their first lady is a big deal, and one that should not be taken lightly, unless you're Ellen. Because when she got to talk with Michelle Obama, she did anything but a typical interview. Instead, they went to a CVS pharmacy, and Ellen decided to help her adjust to life after the White House. Ellen didn't waste a single moment in her adventure with Michelle to rib her, joke with her, and try to make fun of the power that she had as First Lady. If you can't tell, she pushed it a lot. Like when she told Michelle that she felt she was worthy of being on Money, to which Michelle wisely noted that she would have to do something really noteworthy to earn that honor, and then schooled her on some of the people who did deserve to be on Money, like Harriet Tubman. Ellen kept pushing things though with the jokes to the point where Michelle had to tell off Ellen for acting like a child, which she would know all about having raised a couple of kids in the White House. Was Ellen just trying to be fun? Sure, but given the position that Michelle had not too long ago, it would have been appreciated to give her a little more respect. If nothing else though, it was indeed memorable. Number 8, Corrinne Olympios. As noted in our intro, Ellen has been called out for various things done both on the show and behind the scenes. One of the things that set this all in motion was a celebrity spilling secrets, if you will. Specifically, YouTube star Corrinne Olympios. After going on the show, she later did an interview with The Morning Breath and admitted that she was very shocked by how Ellen not only acted overall, including noting she was made to feel uncomfortable by Ellen, which she clarified by noting that she was a big fan of Ellen going into the show, and yet by the end of it, she had mixed feelings. And it was very brave of her to do this, calling out of Ellen as the first of many to come. You see, there's a risk in calling out a celebrity like Ellen, and yet she did just that, and it helped others speak out about their experiences with Ellen. And Corrinne seems to be doing just fine now, so no major backlash was put upon her, thankfully. So this was memorable as it was a catalyst for over a year's worth of problems being thrown legitimately at Ellen. Number 7, Katy Perry. Now this is memorable for an entirely different reason. Ellen brought Katy Perry on the show and somehow forgot that Perry had once been married to actor and comedian star Russell Brand. She was divorced by the time she came back, but Ellen should have remembered that. Katy was flat out shocked about the memory lapse, but that's not where it ended, because then she said the zinger of, "Remember you gave me some wedding gifts on this show?" Yep, Ellen not just forgot about a marriage, she forgot about Katy being on her show before and rewarding her for the marriage. It should also be said that Katy and Ellen are honestly friends in real life, and Perry showed her support for Ellen during the backlash in 2020. Ellen apologized and Katy even motioned for this exchange to be edited out. But as someone once noted, the internet never forgets, and the clip is still there for all to see. Number 6, Justin Timberlake. Ellen had yet another goof-up moment when she had the one and only Justin Timberlake on the show, whom, just like Katy Perry, is good friends with Ellen. But on that show, their friendship was definitely tested. You see, they had been drinking tequila while playing one of Justin's songs. While the song was going on, Ellen messed up one of the lines to the song. Justin was not amused as he couldn't believe she didn't know the lyrics. Ellen noted it was an honest mistake and even asked the audience for help, but Justin wasn't having it. Then her own DJ turned on her and played the song in question and made it very clear just how much she screwed up. We'll be fair and say that Ellen wasn't completely at fault for this because we've all misremembered songs in the past. But when it came to Justin's berating nature at the mistake, that just made it impossible to not mention. Number 5. Wanda Sykes. It's always funny when a comedian puts down another comedian when the opportunity presents itself. Like when Wanda Sykes came onto the show, and Ellen gave her a jacket for her comedy tour that she had done recently. Wanda happily accepted the jacket and then went on a warpath of sorts about what this tour jacket was saying on its back. Ellen tried to deflect that it wasn't a tour jacket, to which Wanda replied that it said just that. Wanda also pointed out how restricted the tour was in terms of location, including the fact that Ellen stayed in Los Angeles for many parts of the tour and only left California once to go to Seattle. So not a very far-reaching tour, as we're sure that you can agree. Wanda used that knowledge to full extent, and the audience was rolling in their chairs as Wanda wouldn't let Ellen get away with anything on that matter. Number 4. Cher. If you really want a great example of Ellen pushing things to the limit with her guest, then you need to look no further than what happened when Cher appeared on her program. Ellen took her to a hair salon and decided to surprise some people with some funny haircuts done by the two of them. Cher was into it, and she happily got to work to make the customers happy. A great time all around, right? Well, Ellen was more interested in comedy than anything else, which rubbed Cher the wrong way entirely, especially when Ellen would ignore her request and mess up what Cher was doing with the person. Then she started to do some karaoke on Cher's songs and called out the lyrics, which got Cher to clap back at her. And let's just say that Cher called her a not-so-nice name. At the end of it, Ellen tried to play it cool and say that the two were good friends, but Cher couldn't get away from Ellen fast enough. This is a rule of life that Ellen broke. Don't mess with Cher. Number 3. Hasan Minhaj. One time, Ellen had on Hasan Minhaj from the show Patriot Act, and it should have been a very basic interview. The problem was that Ellen kept saying his name as Minaj instead of Minhaj. Not cool. Things got worse when she kept saying Hasan's name wrong, and he had to not just correct her, but say how if she could learn other celebrities' names without issue, then she should be able to say his, and gave examples talking about that fact. He got her big on that one. When you're a host, you're supposed to know your guests and how to say their names no matter how exotic. Ellen didn't do her due diligence and got penalized for it. Number 2. Mariah Carey. This one is a bit awkward in the worst way to talk about. Ellen had heard rumors that Mariah Carey was pregnant, but when Mariah deflected, Ellen decided to put up the ante by going and getting some champagne glasses and drinks and seeing if Carey would drink it. Carey was obviously put in a very awkward position because no matter what she did, she would lose in one form or the other. She had to go hard to resist what Ellen was trying to do, and it stands to this day as one of her most awkward moments on the show. This interview was even brought up again to Carey during the 2020 backlash for Ellen, and she reiterated how bad it was what Ellen did, showing it still haunts her what happened, especially since she lost the said baby not long after that interview. Sometimes a memorable interview is one that proves how wrong you were on something. Number 1. Dakota Johnson. One time Dakota Johnson was on Ellen's show. It was just after her birthday party, a party that Ellen wasn't invited to. Ellen noted that she hadn't been invited to the party, but Dakota noted that not only was that not true, Ellen was invited, but didn't say to her or anyone else why she couldn't come. This took Ellen aback, and she had to be reminded by her producer that she was out of town that day, and that's why she couldn't go. Dakota seized the opportunity to get free insults in on Ellen, and it was magic, and a memory that Ellen would likely love to forget. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the interviews that Ellen has done that were indeed memorable in one form or another? Which of the ones shown were your favorites? And what other interviews would you put up there as some of Ellen's most memorable? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.